Here. I'm going to give you guys an update on what you're going to be working on when it comes to this project. So, I hope you enjoyed our documentary with our man Hans. So don't panic about world populations. It seems like he has a pretty good plan or some good ideas on what we can be doing, right? The next step in what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the human-man landscape. Okay, so this is kind of the next part in our series, is looking at how have humans changed Earth's surface over time. So the overall concept of this is changes in land use over time are in a direct consequence of human actions. Our demand for essential resources has led to the modification of Earth's landscape, many of which have had significant and often irreversible impacts on the environment. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at over the next kind of couple days, and you guys are going to be building out a project that shows us this. Okay, how have we changed Earth's surface to fit our needs? Okay, here are the objectives. So students are going to interpret changes in human land use trends by analyzing anthropogenic data, so anthropological data, identity, and describe how human activities such as agriculture, urbanization, and deforestation have impacted land use. And then you're going to draw connections between historical events and land use changes and present these conclusions not in Google My Maps, but actually Google Slides. Okay, so you've gotten a handout, looks like this, human-man landscape. Okay, I just read you these two components of it. So students will be able to look at and analyze how humans have used land over the course of time. Here are the directions. You're going to be using the world population timeline, okay, found in Google Classroom, and you'll be identifying 10 milestones that have contributed to changing Earth's surface to meet human needs. Okay, you're going to record your findings in this document, okay, and it even gives you a little more specific how to use the world population's timeline. If you don't remember what it is, it should be at the top of your Google Classroom, world population timeline. Clicking on it. The world population timelines we're going to be using just specifically the land use, and then you guys are going to also use the bottom, the milestones that are featured on the bottom of it. Okay, so when you get in here, what you can do is you can turn on and off the population, okay, dots. We are going to use the milestones. The milestones are going to be the white kind of page that we see pop up. Okay, these are these little dots that are on the bottom. So your goal is to look at how humans have used our land on Earth over the course of time. Okay, the way you're going to do this too is you're going to use the little play button, okay, and you're going to watch how it changes over the course of time. You can begin to see, again on the right, are different keys for how humans have used land. You can see the milestones are popping up, and you can see how the world population is changing. It only goes to the year 2000, okay? The goal is that you start to begin to look through and decide what are these things that have changed how we use land. Okay, so for example, and I'm just looking at this very bottom, you can see the different categories: science and technology, environment, people and society, health, and food and agriculture. Actually, I'm going to stay on the top, food and agriculture. There's many on food and agriculture that I would suggest maybe looking at if you're struggling to find them. Okay, so let's say here at the beginning, I find the breast collar horse harness. Okay, the Chinese improve upon the horse collar and invent the breast collar horse harness. The harness distributes loads even more across the horse's chest and allows heavier loads to be carried. Okay, if I feel like this is something that's related to changing Earth's surface, this could be something that I choose. If I don't feel like it's related to changing Earth's surface, then this is something I probably wouldn't choose. Okay, people in society is a little harder because, well, they're very limited. Okay, people in society like the Black Death, that's not necessarily going to change Earth's surface like agriculture or in the environment would. So I would suggest maybe staying away from people in society. Okay, you can look over it, and again, one of the benefits of this was when you played it, you could see how the milestones popped up. Okay, if you zoom out or zoom in to your timeline over on this right hand side where my screen is at, and you can see me, you can actually zoom in and it will go a little slower. Okay, so that's something that you can try as well. The goal, though, is that you're finding things. So I'm going to choose a milestone. I'm going to record the year or the years that it took place. I'm going to summarize what that milestone is, and then I'm going to write in supporting evidence, how does the event support the above bolded statement? This is the statement we're talking about. Human activities have played a major role in shaping the surface of the earth throughout history. Okay? And then you're going to write down ideas and possible things that you can include in your PowerPoint slide. Okay? You need to have 10 total milestones. Again, 10 total milestones. Okay? Make sure you're choosing things, and in your research, okay, we're going to be spending a few days on research. You can see back on the directions that I've included the days in which we'll be doing this. Okay, so today we're introducing the project. Monday and Tuesday we're researching and beginning to build our Google Slides, and then Wednesday should be the last day. During the time that we're researching, please make sure that you include as much information as possible that you can write down here, because it's going to serve you better. Okay, going back to the directions, you're going to complete the research guide, identifying the 10 events, and then you're going to use Google Slides to create a 10-slide project presenting your research. It can be more than 10 slides if you're going to include like a title page, so it can be 10 to 11. That's okay. So each slide must include a description of your milestone. That's one sentence. Answer how the event supports the statement. Human activities have played a major role in shaping the surface of the earth throughout history. That's one sentence. And a picture of your milestone. Okay? Everything should be legible. Everything should be readable. Okay? So there isn't pictures on top of pink writing. Everything should be looking very clean, very easy to read. Okay? And then this is the pace in which you should stay on the project. Okay? Again, let me re-emphasize something. When we're looking at this, okay, we're looking at different ways people have shaped Earth's surface. So when we talk about like New York City, okay, that's a way that maybe Earth's surface or housing has changed the way that we look at the surface of the Earth, right? Rangelands or semi-natural lands, okay, those are going to be things that maybe aren't as helpful, but rangelands, cattle, those are all the things that you should be looking at. How crops have changed our surface of our Earth, right? Driving through Nebraska, you can see that it's not the natural way that Nebraska would look because it is full of corn and soy fields, right? They've dramatically changed the surface to fit our human needs, right? Or we drive across Casper. We have roads, we have houses. The surface of the Earth has changed to fit our needs. You're going to be finding the different inventions, the different milestones in here that would be related to the changing of Earth's surface, okay? If you have questions, please direct them to the substitute or to Mrs. Frericks. But either way, you guys are going to do a great job with this. Again, when we do this, we're going to be trying to stay on pace and make sure that you give yourself plenty of information in columns C and D, because those columns are going to be where you're going to be writing your sentences. Remember, one sentence comes out of the summary and one sentence comes out of supporting. So this should be your notes section. This shouldn't be you writing complete sentences, but just writing notes, okay? The highlights. What is the thing that you're looking at, okay? So for example, if I looked at energy from coal, that could be a huge one about how we change the Earth's surface. Again, nothing should be plagiarized. It should be writing in your own words. So maybe here I would just be looking through how Marco Polo discovers coal for the first time, and then maybe my entire project is based on coal or agriculture or energy. Okay, that's the way that I want you to be thinking about this project. Best of luck. I'll include in Google Classroom, okay, there will also be a new way to create slides. If you don't know how to use slides, okay, it's really, really simple, and let me show you how with this presentation that I have. Okay, one way to insert slides is simply by going up and going to insert and hitting new slide. Okay, you can also double click or right click and hit new slide as well, and it should pop up with something. On the right hand side, it sometimes comes up or sometimes doesn't. You can again change the theme, which is here under slide change theme. Okay, this video and your slides will be in Google Classroom along with the world population timeline. So you should be able to pick a theme and stick with it. Okay, sticking with your theme is going to be the best, because if you change your theme midway through, the things will get all disjointed. Okay, so pick one that you think is most appropriate for yours. Again, let me point out, right, I changed themes and it really messed with my presentation. So make sure you stay with one theme. Cool? Best of luck. You guys are going to do great. This will be put in our delegate portfolios on our geography page. If you know how to do that, that's awesome. You can actually go and do that now. Do that when you're done. So best of luck. We'll see you guys soon.